I know, goal setting might seem a little bit ridiculous right now, but the reality is this is our reality and it's time we make the most of it. Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel for my April goals. You guys, we are officially in the second quarter of the year. Can you even believe it? I mean, with all the stuff going on in this world, I honestly can't. Like, it's kind of felt like the world got put on hold, and even though it felt like the pause button has kind of been pushed, the reality is time is still moving forward and the days are passing us by. As with every new month, I have a new set of goals, and I also did a goals refresh to kind of look at my big picture goals for 2020 in terms of what I would like to accomplish in the second quarter. While my refresh isn't quite complete yet, my April goals are done. And I really had to stop and think about these April goals for a minute. And because like a whole mess of things happened in my head. I'm not gonna lie to you. First I was like, oh my gosh, all of this COVID-19, all of this quarantine, all of this craziness, like there's no way you can go and actually achieve the goals that you set out to go and do, Brianna. There's no way. And then I sat and thought about it for a hot second because I actually have my goals posted on a little thing right in front of me on my desk. So like it's always in front of me whenever I look up from my computer or I'm sitting on my desk. And I realized every single one of the goals that I have set for 2020 have nothing to do with my ability to go and leave this house. Nothing. Literally nothing. Sure, some things would be made a little bit easier if I was able to leave the house regularly, but quarantine does nothing to prevent me from reaching my 2020 goals. The second I realized that, I was like, well, dang. There go all of my excuses, huh? So that being said, I sat and thought about how I could best use this month, all of April. The president has said that he's suggesting or extending whatever the wording is that I don't even know. Whatever it is, April 30th is now the day that maybe, just maybe, the social distancing and quarantining and weird life as we know it might be lifted. It might not be, but for now we're functioning under the assumption that this entire month is at home. Everybody who can be at home is at home. And I personally adjusted my goals to reflect this accordingly. So I'm actually really excited about the goals that I have set up. As you guys know, I use the Cultivate What Matters 2020 Power Sheets Goal Planner as my goal planner, obviously. And the goals that I set every month are based on their tending sheet. Their tending sheet has you set monthly action items, weekly action items that you do once a week, and daily action items that you're supposed to strive to complete every single day. And I have come up with all of those things and I have curated them specifically to take full advantage of the opportunity that is being presented to me because we are in quarantine. Yes, an opportunity, because let's be honest, the world is weird right now and we're all stuck where we are, whether we like it or not, whether we are employed or not, whether we work from home or not, whether we have kids stuck at home with us or not. The reality is the reality. We are all stuck like this, and you can be in two camps. You can either be sad about it, mope about it, drink too much, sleep in too late, and do all of the things that just kind of sabotage yourself while you're stuck in quarantine, or you can get up and do something about it and make the most of your time. And I personally am choosing to make the most of my time in quarantine to take advantage of the things that I need to get done within the four walls of my home. And I'll be real with you, some of these goals are actually specifically because I'm in quarantine. Like, why not take advantage and use it as an opportunity to achieve this, or use it as an opportunity to strive for X, Y, and Z? And you will see that reflected in my goals here. So let's jump right in. It says tending list up here, and I put quarantine tending list because why not? And the encouraging words I wrote down are, this too shall pass, because it will. I promise it will. And then my top priority is to refresh and renew, because why not? I'm stuck at home. Let's make it a top priority to be the best that I can be by the time we're allowed to go outside and resume normal life again. So that's kind of the mindset I took as I set these goals. Now let's dive into my monthly action items. My first action item is kind of the most broad spectrum of them all, and it is to cultivate healthy and productive habits. I have the opportunity to continue to work on my routines, my to-do lists, the way I schedule my days, and to make the most of them and to learn how to be more productive with my time. I am not good with my time. I'm really not. Today, I'm actually doing a pretty decent job. Just this morning, or actually technically last night, I decided that, you know, that screen time feature that's on all of the iPhones that kind of has the power to lock us out of apps and tell us when we've been doing too much of whatever. I actually decided to utilize that yesterday, and I told it to give me this amount of time on social media, whatever, but then there was this feature called downtime. And it's kind of like a, hey, put your phone down at night, and hey, don't pick it up until this time in the morning. And I looked at it and I was like, that's a really good idea. Let's try that. So I did that today. I woke up today around 6:30 and my downtime wasn't over until 7. So I started my day outside of turning off my alarm, not reaching for my phone. My phone did not come with me into the bathroom. My phone did not come with me to go and get coffee. My phone did not even come with me to come upstairs and start my journaling for the day. And you know what? I was journaling earlier than normal. I was journaling more productively. I had nothing distracting me. And that was just this morning. I was like, whoa, this has massive potential. And I decided that I wanted to take that feeling of potential in terms of productivity and take it a step further. So over the month of April, I'm going to work on cultivating healthier habits and things like that that help me really zero in and focus my time so I can get more done in less time. Thing number 2 is the office closet reorganization. I'm really hoping that I can, this closet's a mess. It is the messiest thing in this house, is that office closet, because there's no rhyme or reason to its lack of organization. It's just kind of the random crap that, it's the Monica closet. If you guys have watched Friends, you know what I mean. It's not nearly as bad as the Monica closet, but it is our house's equivalent of the Monica closet. And I actually want to get some like drawer storage in there, get everything out of there and kind of reorganize it and actually make sure there's some rhyme and reason to that madness. The next couple of items actually are all reorganization because, again, one of my goals is to simplify, like for the year. Simplify, reorg, declutter, get rid of stuff, lighten the load, all that jazz. And I'm stuck at home, so why not take full advantage of doing the stuff that I need to do at home? That being said, another thing I have is reorganize the bathroom drawers and like the under area. I've just been throwing stuff in my drawers, you know, skincare and this and that, and all of a sudden I'm like, why is all this crap in this set of drawers? And it's only on my side because my husband has a lot less stuff than I do. So I just need to take everything out, reorganize it, get rid of what needs to be gotten rid of, put things back where they belong, and just kind of declutter the area. And the same goes for the kitchen cabinet that I was supposed to do last month and never did. My next item is something I'm really hoping gets done because it does in fact fall underneath the whole simplify and reorganizational topic, and that is I want to purchase a jewelry armoire. I have this cute little jewelry box sitting on my dresser and it is not enough for all of the accessories that I have in our bedroom and in our closet. I have headbands, I have scarves, I have jewelry, I have all sorts of things that are kind of just like sprawled throughout different things because I have no dedicated space for the amount of accessories that I own. Does that make sense? And I really want, my mom has one, my grandma used to have one, and I've seen them all over the place and I've never purchased a jewelry armoire. But what I want a jewelry armoire for, instead of like, it's a jewelry box, but it's like the one that like stands alone and has like 7 or 8 drawers and you can put your jewelry on the top, but it also has drawers on the bottom that you can put, like I can put my headbands in there, I can organize the boxes that my jewelry comes in and things like that. And I think it would be hugely beneficial for me to have this nice piece of furniture. Is it considered furniture? I'm not entirely sure, but it would be wildly beneficial for my organizational purposes for me to obtain this thing. There's actually a really beautiful one that I found on Amazon of all places for less than $300. It's gorgeous. I'll link it down below in case you're curious. But I'm thinking that might be the way I go, and it's absolutely beautiful. It'll get delivered and it'll be here. And I'm thinking that's great. We have money in our furniture budget right now. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, if there's something on this list that doesn't get done, that will be the thing, but I'm hopeful. I have to do my March finances, which is just kind of a given every month, but that's what I do when I'm at home, right? My last 3 are all about reading. I want to read at least 2 nonfiction books, and then, my friends, and then I want to read Harry Potter and I almost said Philosopher's Stone. We are in America, Brianna. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone and Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I had to get up just to show you this. My quarantine gift to myself was the entire Harry Potter collection, all 7 books. Yes, there's one missing because it's downstairs because I currently started reading the first book. I have read the Harry Potter books before. I was around and I was the right age when they were coming out. Like, we would go to launch day and get the book the day it came out, and it was just one of the highlights of my childhood, quite frankly. And I loved, loved, loved reading the Harry Potter books, and I have not reread them in their entirety since I finished the 7th book back when it came out. So now I'm the proud owner of all of them because we as a family cannot find our copies of the Harry Potter books. My sister was like, the books aren't here, and she lives with my parents, which is where I assumed all the books were. I'm like, well, I don't have them either because I'd read them if I had them. So we don't know where they are. But now, this house, the Engebretsen house, has its own set of Harry Potter books, and I'm very excited about it. So, the other 2 goals are read the first book, read the second book. If I'm lucky, I'll even read the 3rd. Just out of curiosity, if you have read the Harry Potter books, let me know in the comments below which book was your favorite. Okay, so those were my monthly action items. Those are one-time, one-off tasks that once I'm done, I get the check mark and it's done for the month. Next up are the weekly action items, and these are things that I am supposed to do every single week. Starting with I don't know why it's quarantine specific, but quarantine is what sparked this entire thing, and I'm loving it. And that is have a virtual coffee date with a friend at least once a week. I've started doing that. I've been on FaceTime 2 or 3 times in the last 2 weeks or so, and it has been glorious. I've been sitting and talking with Instagram friends. I've been sitting and talking with friends that I've met here but haven't gotten to hang out with because I had the intention of hanging out with people, and then this happened, you know? And so we're all utilizing FaceTime. I'm also utilizing an app called Marco Polo to communicate with friends and family that I don't get to see, or friends that I haven't talked to in a while. And I've been, you know, I reignited, I don't know what you call it. I'm talking to my best friend from college again. It's one of those relationships where, like, we're always there, but we never actually speak to each other. We follow each other on Instagram, comment on stories, whatever, but we don't actually pick up the phone and talk. And so when I saw she had Marco Polo, I was like, hey, we might not be like face-to-facing, but you have kids at home and blah, 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 blah. This is a great way for us to make sure we can talk. And so we've been using that, and it's been wonderful. But just being able to sit down and do FaceTime with friends has been wonderful, and I want to make sure that I keep that up, especially in this time of isolation. Weekly item number 2 is at-home spa rituals. Every week, I want to take the time to do an intensive face mask and my microneedling and deep exfoliation and deep cleansing, and paint my nails and deep condition my hair and do a scrub on my body, do all the spa related things that just make me feel pretty and make me feel good and make me feel well maintained. I have a step goal for every week, and that is 70,000 steps. And let me tell you why. I am starting to realize that the more I sit and do work and things like that, and if I don't get out of the house, and if I don't go grocery shopping several times a week and whatever, there is a solid possibility that I do not reach my 10,000 step goal each and every day. Do I strive for it most days? Yeah, but there are some days that I'm just simply too lazy. There are some days I'm simply too busy and stuck at my desk. Whatever the excuse or the reason may be, I decided to have a 70,000 step a week step goal, because if you do a little bit of quick math, that equals 10,000 steps a day on average. But if it means that there are a couple of days that I fall short, as long as there are days that I make up for where I fell short and I average out to the 70,000, I will get the equivalent of 10,000 steps a day, and for now, that's enough to satisfy me. Every week, I want to spend 2 hours at the piano. Now, it's gonna be a little bit more difficult. Like, once I wrote it down, I was like, heck yes, this is a great idea, and then I remembered that the piano is literally right outside my husband's office door. Now, we do have a digital piano, which means I can plug in headphones, which is fine. So I can still sit and play, I just can't necessarily sit and sing, which is okay, but I do want to take advantage of the time being stuck at home and revisit. I've said it a million times on this channel, but I actually intend to do it. I'm going to schedule it and I'm going to do it. I intend on doing some piano playing and just re-hone my skills a little bit, maybe even get a little bit better, who knows. The next 2 items, 3 videos a week, 2 blog posts a week, minimum. Yes, and I have things scheduled out in my content planner. I have a lot of ideas. I'm very, very, very excited because why not? I'm home. I'm stuck at home. I might as well do the work, right? So So let me know if there are any blog posts you want to see, any specific kinds of videos that you want to see now that I'm taking in all the ideas because I'm working really hard on like creating even more. Like these are the minimums, but I want to create more than that, you know? So let me know all of your thoughts and what you want to see from me. Another weekly goal I have is to do yoga twice a week. Yoga is something I do not regularly participate in, but I need to start focusing on stretching and flexibility, and yoga is a really great way to do that. So I'm starting with just twice a week to kind of integrate it into maybe an evening routine practice. My husband's been dabbling in yoga, so maybe we'll do it together. I don't know, but I would just love to add that into my arsenal of ways I'm trying to keep myself healthy at home. And then of course, every weekly tending sheet item on every list I've ever made has had date night, because just because we can't go out doesn't mean that we're not having date nights at home. And then we have my daily items. These are things I want to do each and every day. They're very simple, they're very straightforward. Work out each and every day, right there in the loft, or go outside for a walk when it's beautiful outside. Whatever the case may be, I want to work out for at least half an hour every single day in some way, shape, or form. 2, tracking. Just tracking all the things, More on my desires for my journey in quarantine later, but tracking. 3 is read. I want to make sure I read something every single day because I have lofty reading goals now. 4 is tea time. I have so much tea, you guys. So much tea that I'm like, why don't I make it a goal to drink a cup of tea every single day? It's such a simple thing, isn't it? It's such a simple thing, but it's a great thing that could really turn into like a nice afternoon or evening ritual, right? It is the simplest check mark I could possibly earn. I just have to boil some water, pick a delicious tea, and Lord knows I have plenty, and drink it. It's not that hard. So tea time is something I'm actually prioritizing this month. And then the last daily action item I have is God time. I need to make sure I continually, regularly, daily, multiple times a day, prioritize my relationship with God. Sit and do Bible study in the morning, sit and do some prayer time throughout the day, and just take an opportunity to grow closer to Him, especially in this time of isolation when we as a church feel so separated. That is so very important. So there you go, my friends. Those are my goals for the month of April. Stay tuned for probably just a vlog where I will talk you through the reconfiguration of my goals for the quarter. But for now, these are my goals for the month of April, and I'm very, very excited to dive in, and I'm hoping hope is not a strategy. Hope is not a strategy, Brianna. I will achieve most goals on this list, save maybe that one about the whole jewelry box thing, but everything else I will complete. You will see the check marks. I will show them to you next month, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know in the comments below if you have any goals that you have specifically geared towards embracing the opportunity that we've been given by being stuck in quarantine. Are you taking this as an opportunity to lean into achieving something, or are you doing something else with your time? I'd love to know what you are zeroed in on, what kind of goals you are focused on during the next month. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help me out. And if you are interested in joining the Diva and the Divine community, we would love to have you. Just hit that little red subscribe button down there and you will get notified every time I upload something new. Thank you guys for taking the time to watch. Happy April, happy second quarter. Let's take advantage of this time we have and accomplish some big things in the months to come. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.